evening you join us for a quick trip up the Compton Farm byway. So we're just starting in a handy chalk pit just up the road from the entrance to it. So we're just going to bimble down the military road to the Compton Farm byway. It's late August. We're in a 4x4 Panda again, which I've had for a little while now, and I really like. Super capable. Parts seem super cheap. Yeah, so let's just hop on to the Compton Farm byway, which is just starting just about here. There we go. So we have a knobbly tarmac road to run up with a couple of cattle grids, and then we'll be into the actual proper byway. I'm going to be getting out of the car a few times because there's a few gates, so I'm afraid you're going to see a goon in front of you a few times, but you know, it is what it is. It's 9 o'clock in the evening, so being late August, it's pretty much dark. The headlights on this are rubbish on dip, but okay on full beam, so happy days. We're going to go through a campsite, or the Compton Farm bit, the farmyard, which is associated mostly with the campsite, and past these unnets. We've got some beefers here. Looks like beep beep. Yes, you. Few beefers, suckler cows and calves. What are you going to do, boys and girls? You're going to get out the way. Very good. You're going to stand there because you're a bit Angus, so you're pretty steady. Your mother's going to be just over there. Hopefully won't boot me as I go past. So, this is west of the Isle of Wight, and it's in the area of outstanding natural beauty. So we have this farm here, being Compton Farm, the titular farm of the byway, and another cattle grid. And as we can see here, it says public byway on the wall just there. So we potter up here, and then you get to see me as I open and close the gate. Quite a steep start to this. Nice sort of bowl lane. Close the gate because it's just me, because you're in the passenger seat, obviously. There's a lot of people at this campsite having a good time, a lot of joviality. Here we go. Right, quite a steep incline to start the proper off-roady bit here. We're being late August. The rain that we had earlier in the month, that you might have seen in the previous video, has dried up now, and we are on sandy soil anyway, so it dries nice and quickly. So off we go. In second, running 1500 RPM, and it's just clawing its way up there. This is pretty properly steep, and a bit corrugated, shall we say, but the Panda doesn't have an issue with it at all. I've done this one a couple of times, apart from anything, to make sure I was okay getting through. Famous last words. It does have some stunning views and a fantastic tunnel of trees. So here we come around and out onto the top, and someone's left that gate open. Ooh, do we close it? They always say in the country code that you should leave gates as you find them, so I'm going to leave that gate as I found it. Because we've been through the animals, there's no animals up here. If I'd seen them, I would have closed the gate, but we don't seem to have any necessity to do that thing. So we run along this top of this lower down. You can see maybe the downs over there in darkness, which are a lot higher, which is the Tennyson Trail, which is an interesting boat, which has now been, I noticed, listed on Ordnance Survey as a byway, a restricted byway. Technically it isn't. It is a byway open to all traffic, but it has a TRO on it, which you can get permits if you're a taxi or if you are disabled, which is an unusual, very unusual situation. Here's an interesting gate. This is quite a new gate, and I will explain why it's quite a new gate in a moment, which we're just going to pop ourselves out and go and move that. No idea what the bird is up there. I'm sure it's a very interesting bird. Ooh, will it stay there? Yeah, it'll stay there. Right, through into the next section. So about that gateway, that was replaced recently because it was replaced prior to that with a 4-foot wide gate. And anyone who knows anything about vehicles knows most of them are wider than 4 foot, and this is a byway open to all traffic. So because I was quite frustrated at being having my access to this restricted, I actually decided to I think it's section 109 on the Isle of Wight Council, who are the rights of way controlling council here, which compelled the landowner to replace it with a gate that was the right width, 6 foot. So that was actually replaced and access to the byway was reinstated, which is nice. It's unfortunate when people do that kind of thing, but there, it's a thing that happens. Right, this is slightly confusing. We actually go down here because this is the actual byway. So through that gateway thing there, and we are on the byway proper, where we should be, and then we potter along here, which is no great shakes, and then we come to this bit just here, and just here is where a lot of people with bigger vehicles might want to be going that way. Not us, because we're in a dinky little vehicle. So we run through here, and you can see why it's not entirely suitable for all vehicles. There's this beautiful little archway of, what is it, probably hawthorn or something. Anyway, it's hard as nails, and you can see it just encapsulates the byway just here. So we're now through there, rabbits shooting left and right here. We're all good. You might notice some knocking. So since I've had the Panda, I've done some work on it, but I'm just waiting for some other bits. So what have I done on it? I've had the front to back prop shaft off and replaced the cardan bearing because there was just no rubber in the rubber encased bearing. It was floating around halfway along the shaft. So that was quite involved, but not too bad. Pop that off. While it was off, I also got a replacement flexible joint for the exhaust. Cut the old one, which was very perforated out, and welded in a new flexible joint in the exhaust. So we have quieter exhaust, and we have much less clattering and nasty rubbing sounds from that part of the drivetrain. Right, another gate. Let's just pop this one open and go through. thought I was going to get in trouble there, but we're not a big vehicle, so we can kind of wiggle our way through. Happy days, there we go. There was also a hole in the back box, which someone had kind of thrown some gasless MIG wire out, I'm guessing. Made a right mess, and there was a gaping hole in it. So we welded that up, which helped the exhaust be a bit quieter again. But we still have this awful clattering noise from the front of the car, which is the gearbox mount, which appears to have an awful lot of play in it. So I've ordered one of those. I did look at genuine Fiat, but at £135 versus £46 for an aftermarket one off that eBay, I went with the eBay one. So that should hopefully be with us in a few days' time, and we can bob that on, and hopefully then things will be a lot quieter. I'm just going to ride up on the bank there to make sure we don't drop down into that hole. And up we come to the next gate. Getting quite steep here. Hopefully this one will stay open, and there's not much wiggle room here. Anyway, right, let's just make sure the handbrake works and pop this one open to drive through. Helpfully, that gate actually has a catch. Right, up and through we go. And we'll shut him up. Stay. So we're just making our way up to the foot of Brook Down, which is where the Tennyson Trail comes down, and this little Compton Farm byway meets up with it. But before that, we've got an intersection of the farm track, where we need to do probably the trixiest bit of this particular byway, which is a cross between this and the farm track, which is still giving me slight cause for concern, because well, you'll see in a moment, hopefully. So we come through here. And we're going to just sneak up here. Can you see the troughs? There we go. That's the bit that gives me the scary monsters about doing this, especially on my own. But we're okay. And the reason we're okay, especially coming down here as well, is because the Panda doesn't fit into the agricultural ruts, really. So we ride with a wheel on the castellated bit and a wheel in the rut. Being an independently spun vehicle, centre's quite nice and high. Obviously we're making a bit of contact here, yeah, never mind. And it means that we are safe to run down here without beaching ourselves on the middle. I've bought other vehicles down it, they're fine. Panda is also all good. Engine mount is, oh, it sounds horrible. The sooner I replace that the better. But it's all encapsulated, so it's just going to chatter until I replace it. Yeah. So we just run down this with a wheel on the castellation there and one wheel in the rut, and we're fine. It's very, very quiet. We've got a few crickets outside. It's a lovely evening for it. There is there's a byway that actually spurs off this and goes down to Dunsbury Farm, which is very steep, and I will drive that hopefully in due course. But before I drive that, I want to walk it because it's very narrow, and I've seen trees across it before now, and the last thing I want to do is get stuck on a byway that's very narrow with the possibility of falling into things and find there's a tree across it. So just this one for tonight, I reckon. Did you hear that? I think that might have been something just scratching the paint. Never mind. So we're still losing height, pottering down. And then here's the junction with the Tennyson Trail. So there's quite a steep run down here, and we just join this and just do the last bit of this trail as a byway open to all traffic to meet the gate, which will bring us out at the top of Brook Hill. Just in case you want to come and drive it, you will know where it runs to. So, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll probably do another one or two before they close the byways this autumn.